Hey, hello, welcome to the 4 o'clock shadow. Apparently, it's a solo show right now because Rex hasn't showed up yet. Anybody else that I sent the link, jump on in and come in here and save me. I'm all alone in this great big wide internet. Oh my gosh. There's Rex. He says he'll be right here. All right. I'll keep an eye open for you, sir. Anyway, I hope everybody's weekend is going well. Mutiny. I give you mutiny. I hear grumbles of mutiny. Grumble, 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 grumble. And the grumbling has begun. Hey, Helder. Good to see you, sir. Digging those garbage man videos you've been doing, dude. Okay. Beautiful recreations. Very nice. Hi. Come on, Rex. Get on in here, buddy. The water's fine. It's winter time, but this pool is heated, my foot. Jump on it. And everybody noticed my new avatar for the moment. Carrie sent me this, so I decided to use it as an avatar today. So, hail, Carrie. I'm sure you'll be here shortly. Oh, Rex, nobody wants to know that. Jesus. This man has no manners whatsoever. We'll bring him in here in a second, as soon as he gets backstage. You know, he's going to have to clean himself up a little bit, apparently. Good Lord. We're going to start this one right off the bat, right? Skirt, left turn right into the ditch. Bam. All right, there we go. It's puppy cam. There's Daisy with their little doggy toy. Oh, all right, enough comedy jokes. Boom, boom. I gotta get that and come on, Calliope music. Here he comes. The man of the hour. The one, the only.
Nice avatar.
Rex Christian, everybody.
Howdy, howdy. Hey, Howder, 6480. We will be doing an Apex After Dark later on Apex's show. We're having
Oh,
Godfoe Universe, but we'll have Godfoe on next week, this time next week.
cool.
On over there on my channel. So
Oh,
sorry,
I
I had turned my computer off and it had to boot back up. Thought it might run
had
a little
to
bit quicker. It
rebooty
ran a little
itself.
slow earlier today.
So,
Had to
what do you think of
reboot
the
it.
new
Yeah,
avatar?
nice avatar,
Carrie,
Carrie. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah,
Carrie sent me this
yeah.
one.
Carrie gave that to you. Yeah, that's good.
I wish I could show you the whole thing, but
I heard you
that
say that.
stupid, the stupid layout. When you like choose a avatar or whatever, it's very
Yeah.
difficult to work that little box when you're on your phone. Like I imagine if you got a cursor and a mouse, you can do it a lot easier. It's pain in the ass trying to center a photo and get the whole thing when it's yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to explain it to you, but it's pain.
I get it. Well, any chance of you possibly getting your laptop going? In your little room and everything, decked out with your
Not
posters
right now, dude. I don't
sometime?
even.
No.
I, I don't even. I got it as a present, and I
Simple
don't.
no.
Well, no, I don't think
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know if this laptop is even capable of doing what I need it to do.
Oh,
Mama Hawk,
really? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Mama Hawk got a good deal for it, and but it, it's a very basic. basic laptop. I don't know if I can stream off it or not. So I
Now
may
that
have
I'm
to
in
just.
here, I guess I need to send our
Oh, hold on.
send the link to Patrick Quinlan. He'll be waiting. See, he
Oh,
says
that's right.
yes. I'm
Patrick spoke.
excited.
All right. Well, I got
Yeah,
Elsie in the back
Patrick's
room.
going
You
to
want me
join
to
us,
bring him in for a minute?
and I'm sure. Yeah, man.
All right.
I'll send the. I don't think Peter
Yes.
will be joining us, but he said go ahead and send the link anyway. Peter Gilmore.
I got my earbuds in.
Hey, Elsie.
There you go.
Turned up.
Ah, you sound good, brother.
Can't hear you. I'm gonna leave. Come back.
Okay. I'll keep an eye out for you. I forgot we were having Patrick on today. My brain is like Swiss cheese, right?
Peter Gilmore said, he's got some family stuff going on at the moment.
Yeah, that's all right.
Would
Would have been nice.
But he said dropping the link anyway because you never know. But he said don't expect me. But
Well, send him the link anyhow if he can make it. Like I said, Peter likes to make shows that he can.
I did.
All righty. Sweet. Who
and
knows?
What happened to Elsie?
He had his earbuds in, but apparently everything didn't hook up. No, he dropped back out. He's gonna come back in because his earbuds didn't sync up with his StreamYard.
Yeah, had a pretty decent Rex Hexen Apex today with Hyper Wizard. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, I thought it was a good show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went from there.
It's just hard to do. Apparently, Apex doesn't know that, but I'm not complaining. But again, I kind of am. It's like Rex Hexen Apex, 4 o'clock Shadow, and then to do Apex After Dark. That's a lot of streaming in one day.
It is.
It's a lot of streaming.
I feel you, brother. That's a lot in one day. 3 shows, even if it's only an hour show, still.
Right.
Oh,
well, I mean,
I think Elsie's back. Sorry. Oh, wait. No, it's Patrick.
Nothing could be going on, but Okay.
All right. Shall we bring our special guest in, Rex?
Sure, bring Patrick in. Sure.
All right.
Delay with him.
What's up, guys?
Let's say hello to Patrick. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Good. I think we might
let his icon come up first. There we go. There's Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Yeah, we might have a touch of a delay here.
Howdy.
His audio might not be working yet. Howdy. It's good to see you. I did send the link to Peter, but he said he's dealing with family stuff, but I did send him the link. He said you never know. Send me the link anyway. So Peter Gilmore is your artist on Phenomenal Tales Minotaur. I know. I think I talked to you. Whoops, you're muted.
Peter's the colorist, and
you're on mute
for the cover as well.
There we go. Oh, okay. I do like the interior stuff, though. Who's doing that?
That's a fellow by the name of Claudio Sepulveda. He is really doing a great job, isn't he?
Okay. Yeah, I do like the look of it. Over there on Fund My Comic right now. Let me just bring it up real quick. Should have already had it up, but I don't.
Okay.
So what have you been up to, Patrick? You've been making the rounds to the different channels, or getting ready for Christmas, or a little bit of both, or what?
Yeah, I'd say mostly getting ready for Christmas. You're actually one of the few people who's invited me on to talk about my comic. So thank you. I appreciate that. But just
Yeah,
pretty
no
much
problem.
getting ready for Christmas. I've got a show tonight with Paul Revos.
You
We're
got
gonna talk
something up
about
there, Rex?
Giants.
Oh,
Sorry, I must be on a pretty bad delay. I feel like.
no, I'm sorry about that, Patrick. I thought Rex was bringing something up for us to look at with your campaign, but it never
Oh, you're
popped up.
okay.
So
Yeah, I just got it to pop up for me, so I'll have to share screen.
okay,
Here. We'll get it.
sorry,
Get it
bro.
up here.
Sorry.
We'll get it up. Might take me a second.
That's what she said.
We'll get it up. Uh-huh. There we go. There's the campaign. You broke $2,000. That's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, it really was. That happened a couple nights ago, actually. So,
$2,061 raised
Very
in a
exciting.
month. 60 backers. That's a good backer count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not bad.
22 days left. Is this the first 30 days?
Could you repeat that? Sorry.
Is this the first 30 days?
No. So we're on day 39. I want to say right now.
Okay.
22 more to go, and then that's it. It's not going in demand. So.
Okay. I should have inferred that just by the, it's been up there a month, but anyway,
you're doing the mailing
tell
method.
us a little bit about this.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You're right. The old mail-in method. That's right. I want to essentially encourage people to get these while they're there, and also in demand. I just don't have. I have a full-time job, and I'm constantly writing new comic books. So doing in demand and constantly being on top of that seems like something that would be an issue for me. So I'd like to get all the, just fulfillment all out of the way once it's all done. But anyway, Phenomenal Tales #1. This is a story that's set in my universe, the Phenomenon universe, as it's known. Essentially where the United States and the Soviet Union engaged in a nuclear war. And so now they're kind of both picking up the pieces from that. And there's like irradiated monsters. There's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. In the first book, we introduced a scientist who discovered essentially a way to give people superpowers. So this book is actually a shorter story about Minotaur, who's one of the new Soviet super soldiers. And this kind of goes into his background, some time he spent. There was a border war between China and Russia. So this kind of goes over that. Oh.
This cover here, Jimmy Reyes, correct?
That's right. That's a Jimmy Reyes cover. Second printing of the first comic book, and this is the last time anybody will ever be able to get it again, because as you can see if you scroll down,
okay, I did.
It says Quinlan Kovacs.
I wasn't aware of that.
And Tomas Kovacs, he's no longer drawing the mainline Phenomenon series. It's going to be Claudio Sepulveda. So this will be the last time I'm offering that comic ever.
Okay.
So. So yeah, I'm really excited for people to see this story.
Where did you run that? You're on Fund My Comic now. Where did you run the first one on? Was it Indiegogo?
No, it was Fund My Comic. I've been on Fund My Comic the whole time.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I really like Peter's colors and everything, and this cover here. This is very eye-catching for a comic cover. Of course, both are very nice.
Yeah. Peter just does fantastic work all the time. He's amazing.
Yeah. I like your interior artist. So I guess this is, Minotaur is not this creature here. We've talked about this before, but I think it's this character here, isn't it, with the mustache?
Yes, that's his code name, because I know Russian names are kind of hard for people. So, Grigory Svidrigailov.
Before they look like killer shrews here.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, we might have been over on Apex's channel. I can't remember. Apex.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
Yeah. We're doing Apex After Dark tonight. With let's see, who was the special guest? I forget. Oh, Godfoe, and then next week we'll have Godfoe on this channel. Hey, Elsie. Well, we'll see how this goes. I'm rebooting my computer. No.
Hello and goodbye, Elsie.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
He saw what was
Good
going on
Irish
here, and he was like,
goodbye there,
"Nope."
yeah. We'll
Wow.
try and play the trailer here. Let's try it out.
Our guests are very slippery today.
Like a bucket of eels.
That's oh,
Spinning.
I'm getting dizzy. Oh,
Set in 1996, but what was the first book set in? What time period was it set in, Patrick?
The first one I released was 99, so this one's 3 years before that.
Oh, okay. So we're actually going back in time with this one. Hail, Timothy Olsen in the house.
hail, Timothy. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, it's a great looking project. I really like the interior work on it. I mean, I like the whole thing, the covers and everything, but I just like the simplified, just you sit in an environment there and just the premise of it. It's kind of got a Red Dawn feel, but with monsters,
Good. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Rex, can you?
Tell us a little bit about how the.
Sorry,
What?
I'm just gonna ask you if you would bestow a wrench
Go
upon
ahead.
Patrick, so that he can drop his link.
Oh, thank you.
We're over on your channel.
Oh shit! Well, I can't do that then. I forgot. Now I'm forgetting. We're not on your channel. Damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
We'll
going
be
from
back
my
on my
phone.
channel on
I don't
Monday.
have full powers.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Patrick. I guarantee.
Sorry, Patrick.
Look, I tell you what, Patrick. If it's all right with you, we'll have you back on my channel after Monday sometime. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
And we'll give you a wrench over there.
There you go.
And then you
Yeah, sorry
feel
about
free
that,
to come in and say hi to us on the 4 o'clock shadow, because this is a daily show. We go for usually a couple hours, but you don't, if your time schedule's not like that, that's fine. Omer Glitch in the house. Hey, Omer.
Hey, Omer.
Yeah, we'll have you back on the channel and promote this a little bit more. And we have taken a look at this before I met you over on Apexes. So I try and keep my ear to the grindstone on new projects and stuff and promote them, even though I may not know the creators,
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
So tell us about what happened with the first campaign. You are offering it with Jimmy Reyes cover, second printing, and tell us how the Reyes cover came around for the second printing.
Actually, the Reyes cover I've had for quite a while now. I think I had it even before even before I finished the campaign for the first one. But I already had 2 different covers. I didn't want to. First of all, it was my first campaign, so you kind of want to take things slow and like learn the process. And I didn't do that in some regards. Like I did T-shirts, which I lost a lot of money on. So that's a lesson learned. But this time around, I want to be a little more simple. That's why there's just 2 comics on here. But last time there were 2 different covers and shirts, and So there just really wasn't a spot to put it last time, and it also wasn't colored at the time, and I didn't have like somebody who really captured the feel of colors that I was really going for. But then I came across Peter. I mean, I've been working with Peter for a while, but he agreed to do some coloring for me, and it turned out that his coloring style is just like, it's like exactly what I'm going for. So I had him color that Jimmy Reyes
this
piece.
is next level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the coloring on the Reyes piece too. It's more standard comic book coloring, but I like it. It's very eye-catching.
Mm-hmm. That's the goal, everything to make it pop. And he did such a great job. They both did such a great job with this. So, and this is kind of the cheesecake cover too, with the two women on the front, you know?
Right. I think a little sex appeal.
Yeah.
I think I talked to you before and was saying 90s comics with you, but due to your age, but you were saying in the 2000s was kind of your jam back in the day.
I mean, I would say, if to be precise, I would say that like the oldest 60s comics are like the things that I love the most. And then after that, it would be, like from the 90s into the early 2000s. But yeah, like the old Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, John Romita, those kinds of things are like that's what I love the most.
Were you primarily a Marvel guy over DC?
Yeah. Yeah. I like Batman, but the rest of DC is kind of, how would I put it? What's the word? Oh, it's lame. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. I'm in Jonesboro, Arkansas. You're up in St. Louis, Missouri, right above me. Mm-hmm. Your first campaign did $1,670 with 40 backers. So you've got 20 above that right now as far as backer count, and but you did decent for your, I mean, I didn't even, I hate to say it, it closed out 188 days ago, but I never really saw the first campaign up on Fund My Comic. I don't know how I missed it, but I just never saw the first one. So,
I feel like if you don't reach certain monetary like points in a certain period of time, then it doesn't really push you to the front. So it's understandable.
Yeah, trending.
Yeah.
Shadowhawk, I'm going to bring up the old campaign just so that we can see how he had it set up in the old artwork. And then that'll give us some interiors that's going to be on the Second Chance book. And then that'll give a better look at the first book here. We'll even play the trailer to it.
Yeah.
But before I play, I can't do the choppy ass theater thing because we're on your channel. But anyway, we'll play it anyway.
I don't know if it'll be choppy.
The wheels in the sky keep on turning. Yeah. I hope it's not choppy. And Hex Allen, Quantum Age Comics in the house. He says, "Hey there, cousin." Good to see you, Hex. All the right people are here in the chat. Very somber trailer going on here.
I like this art so far. Pretty cool stuff.
How did we miss this project, Shadow? We don't miss very many. Somehow we missed this first one.
I think I caught Patrick on the first one briefly on somebody's channel, and then I just never saw him again before it ended. I don't know, dude. I don't know how I missed it.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Patrick, did you design your own characters?
Yes.
Or do you have the artist do that?
So it's what I'll do is I'll draw a version of the character, and things that because I'm not very good at drawing. So the things that I don't draw, I'll specify and I'll write in, and then it goes through like a series of. And Tomas is still my concept artist, by the way, so he's still going to be doing that for me because he does really great work.
He's just not doing the interiors anymore?
Correct. So I'll send an idea off to him. He'll send me something back. I'll say, change this or do this or that, and then it'll come. And eventually there'll be a final concept that I'll approve and be like, okay, this is what I'm looking for.
Right.
But I'm very specific about my characters' designs. So
he's driving Tomas crazy, is what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly. That's a Rob Hunter piece there.
Rob Hunter cover.
Very
yeah,
nice.
Cover B. Yeah, very nice.
Yeah,
was that left in black and white and gray tone?
It was left in black and white, yeah.
Beautiful. I like it.
Nothing wrong with that.
Take my women like I take my coffee, black and white and gray tone. Wait. That made no sense at all.
Yeah. I've got to say, I do like the interiors here, but I do like your current artist as well. Yeah, I would definitely, some artists are better at like doing concept stuff,
yeah. And
than others.
It's some people are faster than others too, and I'm on a very strict timetable for my comics, so
Yeah, now I was going to ask you what your personal goal is, as far as like 1 a year, 2 a year, what's your kind of goal?
I mean, God willing, and now that Trump got reelected, my finances are probably going to be in a situation where this will be possible. But my goal was to do 4 books a year, so 3 minimum. But I want to do I want to have one coming out every 3 months because I want this story to be something that people are constantly coming back to, and it's there for them. They don't have to wait, a half a year to get the next part because there's a lot of cliffhangers and things like that. So,
and what was the page count on both of these?
The first one was 37, and while I wrote on the Minotaur campaign that it's 24, actually I've edited it, so now it's 26. I just got the last the corrected pages back on that. So now I've got all the pages. Just going to color those last 2 pages.
Okay,
we'll be good to go.
Omer said Patrick wasn't hanging in his parts. He is now. That little Jimmy Reyes cover is dope.
Thank you, Omar.
Yeah,
I was around. I was a lurker,
And so, how did your premise for the whole thing come along? I mean, you're not doing your. I see the independent comics. They're branching out to westerns. Western, it's sort of like Wrath of God has a supernatural bent to it, but it's still kind of Western. I see different genres being touched upon. This is sort of its own little unique thing in the crowdfunding thing that I'm seeing. So how did this kind of come about hey, Fanta?
Hell, Fanta.
Well, that's good. I mean, if you feel like it's unique, that's actually one of the main goals. The idea was, one, to create something that's never been seen before. Obviously, I'm 31 years old, so it's not like I am making something that is completely outside of anything ever imagined before. But you take inspiration from people who are really, really talented and people you love, and then you try to construct something that's new and fresh. And so that was my biggest goal. So I didn't want to tell just a straight up superhero story because there's a million of those. I didn't want to tell a straight up war story because there's a million of those. So I wanted to do is try to combine superhero with post-apocalypse with retro futurist sci-fi. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to make something that's entirely separate from anything you've ever seen before. And I felt like Russia, the story was in my mind for, it's been there for about 7 years. But when COVID started is really when I started to sit down and really write it all out. And it just seemed like Russia was the perfect place to do that because of, I've always been a huge student of Russia. Like I can speak Russian a little bit. I know a lot about the Soviet Union and Russian culture and history. I've been to Russia, and it just seemed right to take that Soviet vibe, that kind of retro Soviet vibe, and mix that with
Right.
superheroes. Kind of somewhere like Superman Red Sun. If you guys have ever seen that, I haven't read it or seen it. I mean, it's a movie
yeah.
too.
That was an Elseworld where
Yeah.
Superman was raised in Russia, correct?
Mm-hmm. And that was like a really cool thing to see. The
I don't know
Russian.
if that's the one I'm thinking of or not, but bad things happen to Superman in that book, if I remember correctly.
Bad things happen to Batman too. Lots of bad things happen to
lots of bad things happen to Batman. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a great concept, that alternate
I'm hearing
universe.
birds in the back.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry if they're bothersome. I have 3
I'm hearing.
birds.
Oh,
no,
I
what kind of
was
bird?
just saying, are you a bird lover? Apparently you are.
Oh yeah. Oh, here, you want to see if let's see if they're nice today.
What do you got, parakeets or cockatiels?
Oh,
All I see is a little blue blur at the moment.
yeah, we'll see if they fly in. Just little
Probably the
budgergars.
feeder. Yeah.
Little budgergars
Yeah, I had a
from
little-
Australia.
I think I saw one fly.
Oh, okay. I had
Yeah.
little cockatiels for a while, man. They were good.
Oh wow! So you've been to Russia?
Oh.
You've been to Russia? You've been to Australia?
Mm-hmm. Well, I haven't been to Australia.
You traveled
these are-
around.
These birds are the
Oh, well.
species originates in Australia.
Hail, Mike. Oh, Pale Rider. Hail, hail.
Hey, Pale Rider.
Can you say
Hey,
hi?
Mike.
Come here.
Watch out, Patrick. Pale's watching you.
Can you say hi to the people? Make a noise. Make a noise. No? Okay. There you go. Russian plant confirmed. Guys, I'm not a Russian plant.
It says under your writer there,
Cockatiels,
musician,
Pale
writer, dissident. What kind of dissident are you? Are you?
Well,
Are you? It sounds
shit.
kind of mainstream if you're
Yeah.
rooting for Trump.
Patrick
No.
S. Quinlan. The S is for Stalin.
I don't vote for I recognize better things than worse things. So it's better to be how do I put it? It's better to be under, I don't even know. The point is I don't like governments all that much. I feel like governments are this weird thing that humans made to usurp God's authority. And the only true authority is God and the universal monarchy of him. And that's where I'm a dissident. I don't accept any government or any of their authorities.
Yeah. Well, I mean, do you do the speed limit when you drive?
I know, but I would.
Well, yeah. But that's not because I respect the government's rule. It's because I respect keeping other human beings safe.
Hey, Carrie. Yeah, well, I mean, okay. I'll give you that.
I know it's weird.
The Comic Gate Commandos over there on your YouTube show. Tell us about the Comics Gate Commando.
Yeah.
Well, shout out
Comics Gate Commandos
is
is
oh my god. KGB.
Tribute the bomber. The Commandos.
Those aren't real birds, by the way.
Yeah, they're all robot fed birds.
That's right. Little robot henchman. Patrick's taking over the world.
Yeah, this is how the Fed has got me. They're like, he'll never do anything against the government. We've got him bugged.
They're full of nanobots.
The Comics
Gate
Commandos
Commandos
is
killing
Carrie, by the way, Shadowhawk's new icon looks great. Thanks for sharing that with Shadowhawk.
Yeah, thank you, Carrie. Carrie sent me this picture earlier, so I figured I'd use it today.
I don't go commando, Carrie. I am one. It's different.
Carrie, you're already going for
commandos.
the underwear questions? Good Lord. You just met this guy.
The FSB, the new KGB. That's right. And it's pretty much what the CIA and FBI are in our country. The same thing.
That's right.
Yes. Yes. Now it all comes out.
Now that we have some more people in here, Shadowhawk, maybe you'll share the screen again. I brought up the
Nope,
current
I will
campaign
not.
again. I just wanted
All right.
people to show. Okay.
Let-
I'll take it down.
okay.
Nope. Stop the screen.
You
Nope.
know what?
See, you
Shut
can't because I took it down. You pissed me
Not
off.
too
Nope.
late. Yeah, I can turn this car around. Mister.
Yeah.
You gonna put it back? Or not?
Yeah. Now did Fanta did well, I wasn't. Shoot, but I can. Sure. For
Mhm.
Patrick's sake.
You got about 3-4 seconds.
Now, has Fanta done I'm sorry, Patrick, everything's chaotic today.
It's
But
okay.
anyway,
Sorry, Patrick.
uh,
It's the weekend. All right, there we go.
did Fanta do a video on your project? I'm just kind of curious. Because
If she did, she didn't. She didn't tag me in it. But I'm subscribed to her on YouTube, so I don't
Okay,
know why
well,
I wouldn't
Fanta,
have
if
seen
you-
it. Let me look.
if you haven't done one on Patrick's, you might want to get with him and get his trailer or whatever, and kind of this might be a good project to kind of promote over
Yeah,
on Fun My
You can
Comic.
stomach that, Fanta, my arch nemesis.
Uh-oh,
Yeah,
is she your arch
What
nemesis?
happened, Fanta?
Yes, you didn't. This is look. Okay, look. Fanta
This
is
is
my
Twitch
my
becoming
internet arch
lore, right?
nemesis, and she. Look, just ask her, okay? I think she'll. I'd love to hear what she has to say. Why she thinks that we're enemies for forever.
Oh, I've heard quite a few of Fanta's theories over the years. I love Fanta.
Carrie asks, "How do people legally stalk you, Patrick?" Asking for a friend. Buy my comic book and you'll get my address. That's how you do it.
There you go.
It's
Yeah,
easy.
that'll be
Just back
fun.
the book.
It's a
You back it like
win-win.
5 times, I'll send you my phone number.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's only $10, guys. You can't there's some
Yeah.
people who can get better than that, but not very many.
Jimmy's
Um,
been doing some cover work for some people, man. He's been popping up everywhere,
Mhm.
which is cool. I get it.
Yeah.
He had
Yeah,
a rough
I
start.
had him do me one a wraparound cover, so I'm
Mhm.
getting ready to, as soon as it's finished colored, I'll drop it on the campaign. Looking forward to what everybody thinks about it. 41%. You're asking for $5,000. I don't know what your goal was last time.
My goal was like $500 last time because people said if you crush your goal really quick, you'll get thrown to the top of the page. Y'all see how that
Yeah,
worked out.
trending. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now you said you lost your shirt on offering t-shirts. What happened there?
That was a great pun there, and I was just stupid, and I made these awesome shirts, and I thought, oh, shirts should cost me this much, like when I make them, and I charged like $5 more than what I thought they were going to cost, and no, they ended up costing more than that, and not very many people bought them, which increased the price even more so. So
Right. Yeah.
it was just a bad go.
Well,
Lesson learned.
Yeah, live and learn. And they kind of turned out to be a blessing then, didn't it? That not very many people bought them. Otherwise, you would have got burned even worse. It sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would have put me in the financial gulag. It's a Russia joke. Sorry.
20 years after the world-shattering atomic war. So that would have been around 79 in your universe, if this is 1999. Well, maybe
72.
Okay, in the 70s. Okay.
So I was, it's 24 years
So
technically after the war, but I was,
Okay.
rounding.
So I guess the Nixon Brezhnev SALT talks didn't take, and they had nuclear war instead.
Yes.
So, what is the state of the world elsewhere outside of Russia around? What's left in this post-apocalypse story, Patrick?
So most of it's been kind of left by the wayside. The European Union has been kind of chopped apart and taken piece by piece by either America or Russia. At the moment, the European Union is still it's still on its legs, but it's pretty much being subsumed by America. So what they have currently is America and the European Union is known as the bilateral union, and just because of the events of everything that's happened, while both America and Russia are pretending like they want to get along with each other, they all still kind of prepare for what they think might be another eventual war. But there is a long-term goal to essentially unite the European Union, Russia, and the United States into what is known as the trilateral union. So that's an end goal for like the globalist members of the story.
Okay. Now you said that your character here that's fighting, and I like the close up there. His code name's Minotaur, and that would be kind of translated into English from Russian.
Yes.
Because Russian terms would be totally confusing to us.
Right.
What makes him a super soldier?
Well, so this story, Phenomenal Tales 1, happens before he gets superpowers, just so you guys know. So he's not one yet, but he gets superpowers in Phenomenon #1, which is also, that's the other option, that's the Jimmy Reyes cover there. He gets them there, and he essentially has super strength and invulnerability, but there's some other aspects to his powers that we'll get into as things go along. He's got the most basic set of powers of all the characters, the basic super strength and vulnerability. But it gets more complicated as things go along because it is, once you read Phenomenal Tales, if you read Phenomenal Tales, you'll realize it's a lot more complicated for him particularly.
Yeah, I've seen Peter Gilmore's work before, and I know Shadowhawk's seen even more of it on different projects. He's backed a lot of projects that Peter did artwork for. But I got to say, this cover is next level with his colors on that.
Oh, dude, I own like 5 or 6 pieces of wonderful Peter Gilmore art. Love them.
It really is fantastic. I can't he sent me the black and white at first, and then he went back. Like I have the hard copy of that cover, but it's a little bit different than that. He sent me the black and white. He put it in the mail, and then he was like, it's not enough. And he did some, he used the computer to do some editing, and then he did the colors and everything, and he sent me this. And I was like, I was at work, and I got this, and like my coworkers are around me, and there's customers around me, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh, that's a cover. And we're like, what are you talking? I'm like, dude, and I'm showing them, and it was very exciting to see that. I was like, that's a fucking cover. Sorry.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we were
I've gotten lucky on a few
when
options.
I shared this 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Sorry. You got some kind of delay happening.
Carrie wanted to know how you say the name Minotaur in Russian. Do you know that?
I've never actually tried. He's always just been Minotaur. Other characters like Sina Rosa.
Yeah, there you go.
Who I named in Russian. She's, hold on, I should know this. This is embarrassing. I can find out. But Sina Rosa, that was her name for a while, and then I realized nobody would know what that meant, so I changed it to Blue Rose. So now everybody's got their Americanized versions of their names. Nobody has the. Well, let's see here. Let's see what it says to me. Minotaur. It's Minotaur.
There we go with the little accent there.
Why am I not surprised? Minotaur.
Well, I mean, it's a Greek term, isn't it? So it'd be about the same. Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Now, what are the primary differences of Phenomenal 1 and 2?
I would say, well, just from a people working on it perspective, one you have Tomas Kavash, the other one you have Claudio Sepulveda. I would say there's a lot more breathing room in Phenomenal Tales. I learned a lot because I do the layouts for people as well. So I learned a lot from bunching too much and too much dialogue or too much actionable occurrences on a page. You kind of want to space those out so that it's easier to read and people can look at it and they don't have to say, oh, what happened here? Or like look really close to the panel to be like, why is he? So that's one thing I would say. Also, Phenomenal Tales is it's a story within itself. So it's not the end of everything, but it is a complete tale within itself that has its own beginning, middle, and end. Whereas Phenomenon number 1 is the beginning. That's the best way I can describe it. It's just the beginning. So those are I would say the big differences.
Yeah. I mean, would you? Okay. I was going to ask you, was things worse in 1999 than say 96?
Everything's about your perspective, and especially this comic book. Everything's about what you think about. So, like, is it worse to be at war with China, or is it worse to be like the war between you and the United States heating up? That's what we're looking at here. So, right in this scenario, they have to fight off China, who's trying to encroach on the Mongolian border, and it's not that difficult for the Soviet Union if we're being honest with each other. China has been kind of debilitated by the atomic war, so Russia's got to defend against that. But so that's not too terrible of a problem, and America's kind of leaving them alone. But in '99, America's kind of not leaving them alone, and they're making these political overtures to try to combine all the countries together. And there's some people in the Soviet Union who are all about that. And there's other people who are like, no, fuck your capitalism. We're communist and we're going to be that way till we die. So it's never, nothing ever gets better for most of these people. Just the bad things to them change.
Yeah, because communism.
Now you're doing the convention. Yeah, it kind of falls apart somewhere down the line. Now you do some conventions, right? You're going to be doing some conventions coming up.
I've never done a convention.
You're not?
Never done one. Don't even know where to go.
All right, kick this guy.
I want to, but I didn't have any.
I do it myself, but we're not. Yeah. You didn't overprint at all? Is it print on demand or what?
I only overprinted a very, very, very small amount because once these comics are not on the campaign anymore, that's it. I'm all about that feeling of like there's only a few of these in existence, and if you want it, you can get it. But there'll only ever be a few of them in existence. I'm never going to reprint cover A or B, or after this campaign, cover C for Phenomenon number 1. I'll never reprint that cover of Peter Gilmore. I might, if people are like, if I get like 1,000 people being like, do it, maybe, but I'm more inclined to be like, no, this is the chance. And, I'll overprint that cover certainly and sell it.
Well, one way you could reuse it down the line is if you do a trade paperback.
That's very true. That is a goal of mine too.
Of it.
Yeah. That's 100%. Once all these have come out, 100% do an omnibuy and trade paperbacks like that that's really what I want to get to.
Is this the Chinese that's being fought here that's wearing the facial mask?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually based on a kind of a modern ballistic facial mask system they're working on.
Wow. Okay.
Even
though this is set back in 1996, it's still future tech. Would you say that this world's probably not as advanced because they've had to deal with nuclear warfare back in the 1970s?
They're more advanced in certain ways and less advanced.
And I know everybody's interested to hear about this character a little bit. And I know you're kind of tight-lipped about who this is, but this is not the Minotaur character. This
is the beast that he's been sent to hunt.
Suppose that's Okay. So he is the objective.
Mm-hmm. That's all I want to say about that.
Dispatch with. Okay. All right. Buy my book, find out and see some killer shrews here, shred everybody, disembowel them. Rad monsters. Call them rad monsters.
Yes,
Okay.
the Badgers.
Rad monsters. They are rad looking. They look like something out of the game Doom,
Oh, well, thank you.
Mhm.
High praise.
Yeah. I like Arctic, environments and things like that. For comics, I just or desert scenes or something that's really immersive. So this
Mhm.
really kind of strikes a chord.
Yeah.
Once you get the campaign up, do you ever like add to it? As far as like art pages or something down the line, to give a greater look at the book, or
So I haven't, mostly because for this
Mhm.
book in particular, it was only 24 pages, and I'd already shared 5 or 6 pages, which was like a fourth of the book. And I was like, ugh, I don't
Yeah.
want to share more than a fourth of the book. I'm really kind of finding myself in that regard with, when I'm doing these campaigns about how much I want to share versus how much I want to keep. Sometimes you don't want to share something because it's special, but then it's like
Right.
you want somebody to see something that's special and so that they would buy the book. You know what I mean? Like that page of the Beast there. I would
I've had to
never
learn
have
that.
shown that, but people were like, "You should
I've
show
had
that."
to learn that you kind of get the general plot of the book, and maybe even some key points, but it's in the execution. Yes, you say you're going to do this, but till they get the book, you really don't know how that's executed. So I know that's a thing with creators. It was with me. It's like you want to be tight-lipped, but you want to promote it.
Right.
And I feel like if you're going to be really engaging with people, it's like that's something you have to come to grips with. How much do I really reveal without giving too much away and spoiling the fun, for sure.
I would like to, for the record here, I'm sorry that this has been
Is
brought to your
there a
doorstep here, Devil Flyer. I didn't start the war, but I'm going to finish it. Omer Glitch says, "Is there a Chris Cornell homage in your comic?"
okay?
Patrick Quill, #1 fan, would have included one in his comic.
Oh,
Lol. You think so, huh? Okay, well, let's go to page 2 of
that's right.
Phenomenon
That's
#1.
what the Phantom War is
Damn.
over.
Shots fired. Ouch.
That's what the Phantom War is over.
Focus on it.
I totally
All right,
forgot
dude.
that you
It's
you
totally
said you
blurred
were the
out,
greatest
Patrick. You
Chris
gotta hold
I
Cornell
know.
still,
fan,
buddy.
and Fanta
There's
says she.
a quote here. In the beginning of my comic book, there's a quote there, and it says, and I quote, "I woke the same as any other day, except a voice was in my head. It said, seize the day, pull the trigger, drop the blade, and watch the rolling heads." So you tell me if there's any Chris Cornell reference in my comic
Where did
book.
that come from, I wonder? Very nice.
Yeah, you triggered him, Omar. Yes, he did.
I'd still think you're KGB, Patrick, but very nice.
As long as you think I'm the
Wow.
#1 Chris Cornell fan, you can think I'm KGB.
Sorry, I'm just messing with it.
No, you're fine.
I really don't know where to go from there. Except maybe to apologize. I mean, but
I apologize for nothing.
No, that's actually a fun thing I do with all my
Wow,
comic books.
okay.
I have little quotes from songs in them to kind of give you the feel. I'm excited for the next. Thank you for backing the campaign, Carrie. Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Carrie, communist sympathizer. I'm sorry, dude. All right, I'm done.
But yeah, I'm gonna have a quote from a song in each of the books. Right now, I've got like the next one. By the way, on Phenomenal Tales, it's from Megadeth. Just so you guys know.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. All right. So from different artists. It was at $2,061. Now it's at $2,091. 61 backers.
Amazing. Thank you. 42%.
So thank you for that, Carrie. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Carrie.
It is indeed 42% there. Wonderful looking stuff. Where do you go from here with issue 3? And there is a difference in title, right? There's I mean, you put Tales on the end of this one, right?
Yeah, there's Phenomenon, and then there's Phenomenal Tales. So the Phenomenal Tales will always be one, like a contained story about one of the characters who are featured in the mainline series Phenomenon. And so after on what is it, February 14th? Yeah. You're just jealous. That's jealousy. That's all caps jealousy right there, folks. So where was I? On February 14th, I'll announce or we'll launch Phenomenon #2. So, and then we'll just go from there. We'll just keep going. Then after that, it'll be Phenomenal Tales #2, and then Phenomenon #3, and so on and so forth.
And so you skipped around time periods. What will the third time period be?
Let's see here. So that would be, the next one is called Phenomenal Tales 2 Blood Squad, and that's going to be 90. What year? Oh, it was 93. I think it was 93 or 94.
93. So we're going even earlier. Okay.
But the mainline series continues on 99
when do you
onward.
know that? Okay. And that was the first book or this one? I'm confused.
Yeah. So
because you
the
got
main
two titles going here.
Yeah, the main book, the main series, was the first book I released, Phenomenon #1. And so that series is set in 99, and it will continue in that from 99 onwards. The one-off stories that I have are called Phenomenal Tales, and those they'll jump around. You know, some of them will be in 99, some of them will be in 96 or 93 or whatever.
All right. And kind of shows you a little bit of the history kind of leading up to the main series in 99 and beyond. Okay. Interesting. All right. And will you be going to different countries?
Yes.
With these stories?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. To kind of give you a world view of post-apocalypse Earth.
Yeah. You're going to be able to see.
There, you said a sci-fi bit, but are there people in space, or did we make it to space in your stories?
Yes and no. That's part of the things that will be revealed. But just as a basic thing, the brilliant Soviet scientist who's discovered the way to make superhumans, he's done that so that the Soviet Union can return to space and take over the solar system. That's his goal. So
okay,
that's part of the.
And I did not get your answer. I think somehow I didn't get your answer. What makes Minotaur a super soldier?
Oh, well, in Phenomenon #1, he gets injected with the super soldier serum, the Salachi serum, as they call it, and he gets superpowers, super strength, invulnerability, amongst other things that we'll discover as we move along.
Oh, so the Killer Shrew couldn't shred him. He's invulnerable. He's kind of like a Superman then.
Well, that was in 96. That was before he had powers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there any radioactive mutants? Omer Glitch wants to know.
Yeah, those are the rad monsters. All of the regular animal species have been irradiated, and some of them have reproduced with each other. With other
species. Go out, man.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I just muted myself. I was talking to the dog. Shadowhawk, are you there?
Of course I am. Always watching.
Okay. Did you want to ask Patrick something while I let Abby out? I'll be right back.
Sure. All right, Patrick. How did you get brainwashed, and when did the Russians get a hold of you?
It was 2012.
I'm
and,
sorry.
Okay. Let me
I'll just go with it. No, project
maybe
looks
I
great,
need
dude.
to
And
ask the question and let him answer it while I'm gone.
But you could have just played his trailer again, Rex. But no, you left it up to me. He knows I've got an evil bent when it comes to my sense of humor. I'm sorry, dude. I don't mean
It's fine. I accept it. You've been a lot nicer to me than the people on my show. They rip into me, so
that. Oh, jeez.
you've been
All
much
right.
nicer.
So you're used to it. All right, cool.
Oh yeah.
I,
Oh
I
yeah.
I think everybody that gets into indie comics and stuff like that, you gotta have a thick skin, man, because people
Oh
are
yeah.
are gonna jab at you, especially when you're on the internet and you're trying to promote. And there's
Yeah.
gonna be people just jacking with you every day. So
Yeah. And with such a heavily male dominated space, I mean, that's a lot how a lot of males show that they like you is by making fun of you. So it's like they
yeah,
don't like
I
they're
mean,
used to it.
I mean that's how I grew up. When you
Yeah.
were buddies, that's how you showed affection. You like yanked their chain and fuck with them. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we're buddies. If I didn't say nothing to you, that means I don't like you. If I was
Exactly.
effing with you, then yeah, we're buddies.
Mhm. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how you see a lot of people on the internet who are like, he made fun of me, yada yada. It's like, dude, I would be
Yeah.
happy if that happened to me. Like, be happy
it's like,
he made fun of you.
yeah, he's trying to like establish a a normal male relationship with you. That's what dudes do. You fuck with each other. It's like, I don't know. I think that's, no, not Omer. Good God, man. Don't pay any attention to the chat, Patrick. These people are brutal.
Ew.
Oh
Not
my God.
funny.
So, I love our chat, but sometimes you guys.
Carrie says, for us ladies, please say something in Russian. All right, you asked for it. Что-то. Carrie, I said something in Russian.
Oh, very
Gotcha.
nice.
Я говорю по-русски мало, это потому что я только, что это слово? Я только в университет, может быть, 3 года. Вот. По-русски, когда я говорю этого, не очень хорошо. There. How's that?
Oh, you see what you've done, Carrie? He just gave away all of our nuclear secrets.
Oh man. What
Oh,
comic
you got to
make you
keep
want
up.
to create your own, Patrick? Well, I couldn't put it to one comic. I would say that if I had to put it to like my favorite comic of all time, it would be Stan Lee and Jack Kirby's Fantastic Four. Hands down, favorite
Oh,
comic.
very nice.
There's a lot of things I really love, but that's the one that'll always hold my heart. And what wanted me to make my own? It was really actually Russian literature that made me want to make my own. All right, chill out. Made me want to make my own comic book. And just seeing how people could do it. People in the independent sphere. I always thought you had to get hired by Marvel and DC and then make Superman kiss another dude. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that. You can make your own comic book. And I was just really stoked about that. And that's where I was like, all right, I'm going to do it then. If it can be
There you
done,
go.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, there's nothing. You want to create new heroes and make them whatever rainbow flavor you want to. That's fine. Why do you got to fuck with established heroes that have been there 75, 80, 100 years? Almost 100 years.
Right.
It just doesn't make any sense to me. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure.
mean, apparently the agenda is more important than making money. I mean, they're at cancellation numbers. Back in the 80s and even in the
Oh, dude,
90s, the numbers were much, much higher. I mean, just the regular DC Comics Presents in 1987 was 187,000 on the print run. They're not even near that Batman or Spider-Man now, which is
I forget who I was talking to the other
most
day, and they
popular
were like,
character.
I was in a chat and they were like, "Oh, 40,000 copies sold this month or whatever," and it's in the top 10. And I was like, $40,000 back in the like early mid '90s. You wouldn't even fucking make it 2 months, man. They'd have canceled you by now.
You
40,000. They
mean
were selling 500,000, 750,000 copies back then. Image was exploding. Marvel was trying to keep up.
Yeah.
The numbers were insane back in the day.
Well, yeah, cancellation numbers were around 60,000, and that was I know a year or two ago that was the top for Spider-Man, which is Spider-Man's never been that low. Ridiculous, you know.
There's my doggy.
There's
Look at
Daisy.
that. Look at him. He's conked out.
She
Oh,
got her beanbag chair. It was supposed to be my chair, and she stole it. Look at her getting all cozy. Sorry about that. You're just too cute.
How many birdies do you have? Carrie wants to know. And
3 of
what
them.
are their names? She wants names.
You're
Yeah.
struggling to get up.
3 of them. Okay.
3 of them: Petunia, Benji, and Spooky.
Sorry.
Come here, Petunia.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This
I
is
saw
Petunia
you.
right here.
Okay,
Come here.
I see you.
This one's Petunia. She's the only one who will respond to like commands. Won't you?
Okay. Now I know they like to, what is it, preen their feathers or whatever. They like to get in a bird bath, and I used to take my cockatiel on my shoulder and shower with it.
Oh, his cockatiel.
Do
Whoa.
you ever do that with those? I know they're small birds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Maybe I roboted at the wrong time. I'm with Fanta. I hate you.
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
Get him, Fanta. Get him.
Usually when it's warmer outside. I don't like to get them wet when it's cold outside because you never know. You never know. They might.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
definitely.
die.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Shadowhawk, do you
Yeah,
have
Mike.
snow up there right now?
No, not at the moment. We just got bitter cold. It's like 20 something, 27, 26. Woohoo!
Yeah. Where are you located, Patrick?
St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, it's probably pretty chilly by you then too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So you're about. Yeah, it's chilly, but it's not too bad.
Today was
Okay,
actually
now,
pretty nice. Normally it's horrible.
East St. Louis is technically still Illinois, right, Patrick?
East St. Louis is, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
my old buddy
Now,
Rex has heard
you don't wanna
stories
go
about.
in
He lives over there in East St. Louis now for about the last 10 years or so. So yeah, I'm familiar with
Oh gosh.
kind of
Well,
your
I mean,
area.
back in
there.
the day, it used to be. If I'm correct on this, East St. Louis was sort of, when it was first built, the posh area, but then it's like the criminal element now, right? You don't really want to wind up in East St. Louis, do you?
Oh,
Yeah, no.
I don't know,
Kind of a
dude.
bad part of town.
I haven't visited my buddy since he moved out there like 10 years ago. So yeah, maybe
Yeah,
pretty
you don't
bad
want to
now.
go
I
to
don't
East
know.
St. Louis, trust me.
Have you checked in
Yeah,
with your buddy
yeah.
since those 10? I mean, is he still even?
Oh yeah, I hear from him all the time. He travels all over, man. That's his job. I was gonna go to work with him, but I was getting ready to have a baby, and I would have been on the road like 9 months a year, making crazy fucking money. But it's just not worth it to sacrifice my family time. So
Yeah.
Patrick, he paid them to keep it out of the papers that he was the first male actually to have a baby. It came out sideways.
I was gonna comment on that. Oh
What?
man, that's gonna be so rough for you, Shadowhawk.
No need. I'm here.
Where?
I know, right? That's why
Okay.
he kind of walks with a big man.
I actually just laid an egg. I don't know what the controversy is about.
Not the mama. Not the mama.
You could have been on the front
Hit
of
you
Time
in the head with a
magazine,
pot
brother.
right
You
now.
could have been there with your
Hey,
belly.
blackbirds matter, damn it. I'm tired of being
Yeah,
persecuted.
that's right. Shadowhawk could have looked like Demi Moore on Time magazine.
Yeah.
Big protruding belly.
Beautiful, brave Shadowhawk shows
And the
off
headline
gold.
says,
Stunning and bold.
Yeah. Subtitle says, I used to have an innie.
Ding, turkey's done.
Oh man, I'm glad somebody's cooking
Oh,
with
crap.
gas. Oh man.
All right, I'll be right back.
So what other nightmarish things are we going to see in your third issue that you're working on now? And how much of that project is being done? How much till it's completed?
Well, the goal is to have the third project done, Phenomenon number 2, by like February 20th. Like halfway through the campaign, I want the book to be done.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to reach that at the moment because, like I said, Tomas is no longer drawing it, and it's going to be Claudio. But that means I had to kind of restart Claudio. So he's starting from when he gave me. I've got 3 pages so far, which is kind of stressful to me.
I assume Claudio's faster though, right?
Oh my God, yes. So I think we're still going to be able to make it. I might have to extend the length of the campaign, but I think it'll be. So I should be halfway done. Let me check my calendar here. I should be halfway done by like January 15th.
Patrick, give a little plug for Fund My Comic, Luke Stone's Fund My Comic. How do you like crowdfunding over there? And
I love it.
Tell us a little bit about what you like about Fund My Comic.
Well, first of all, I started Fund My Comic as somebody who was just buying comic books, and I can say that having like gone through Indiegogo, I've never gone through Kickstarter because I've never supported a campaign that was on Kickstarter. Having gone through Indiegogo and Fund My Comic and like GoFundMe and things like that, Fund My Comic is way easier than all of those other ones. First of all, it's easier to put your info in to get to like save your profile and to have all that ready to go. So I just have to do a few clicks and I've got another comic book. I don't have to do all this nonsense like Indiegogo. And then secondly, like the options it provides for you on Fund My Comic, whereas on Indiegogo you would pick the main reward that you wanted, and then it would have this janky ass system where you could like choose add-ons, and it's gotten better over time, but it wasn't very good to begin with. And it was like, you get this add-on, and then it'll like refresh the page, and now you've got to choose another. Whereas with Fund My Comic, you just go click, 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 add them to the cart, move along. So as a person who purchases from Fund My Comic, it's way better than the other ones. As a person who uses Fund My Comic, I couldn't say if it's any, I don't really know any difference between that and how people have experienced things on Indiegogo. All I can say is I'm satisfied with the amount of money that they take out to, recuperate their losses, or not their losses, but their costs. They're very quick to respond. Like if I need to do an update, so like I added the Dvojnoye Specjalny, that double special, on maybe a week ago. And I messaged Luke Stone, and within the night, my campaign was ready and up and going again. So they're quick.
Yeah, that's the really nice thing about FMC.
Yeah. And they haven't taken anybody off. Like they haven't taken anybody
they don't.
off.
They're not going to cancel anybody. If you get approved, you're approved. They're not going to like listen to some complaints and be like, oh, we're going to take you down now because, there's some orchestrated people trying. And that's been done on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, where people have gone and deliberately just sent in a bunch of complaints. Look at what happened to Cecil just recently. His whole account got fucking deleted from YouTube. They didn't just take down his campaign. They took down his Indiegogo. I mean, not YouTube, but they took down his entire everything on Indiegogo. He's
But
gone.
it may be the kick, maybe the kick in the pants that, you know, create some other creators need to see, you know, Cecil go over there and do $100,000 campaign. I hope so. You know,
If
I
we
Yeah.
hope
can
it'll be
get him
for a
there,
six-figure
he just
campaign.
crested
That's,
50,
you
I
know.
think, the other day. So I mean, we're
Oh, did
on a
he go
good
funded? Good.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
we're on a good path. Hopefully, Cecil can break that 6-digit barrier and get more people to come over to FMC. So
and that'd be great for everybody. I mean, Fund My Comic, like when you
I
think
hope
about
so.
it, like there's a lot of people who are interested in buying independent comic books, and the only ways they have to do that are through Indiegogo, Kickstarter, these websites, where you do that
mhm.
kind of thing. Fund My Comic, if we can get people to look at it and look over there and know that it exists, because a lot of the people probably just don't even know that it exists. Now you've got a website called Fund My Comic.
Right.
Can you imagine all these people out there who buy independent comics who will just stick around and sit on that website waiting for new
Oh yeah,
comics? It's like
exactly.
I don't give a flying toss about going to Indiegogo and looking up all the other different things other than comics on Indiegogo. I only care about the comics. I'm sure there's a ton of people like that who just want
Mhm.
to buy independent comics, and this is going to
And
be the
Kickstarter's
site
the
for it.
same way. They've got a million other things besides
Mhm.
comics too that you got to sift through, before you get to the comic.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's beautiful. It's creator owned and
And I think,
operated. It's creator oriented. They charge you less than anybody else. Um, it's very user friendly from what I can tell. And
Oh yeah.
like me and Luke started up, we had a little issue between us way back when he first started, or right before he actually started FMC. But that was because of somebody he was working with, and he was listening to her side of what she was saying
and it
about
was a
me.
misunderstanding. I
Yeah,
guarantee
well,
you it was a
he didn't know
misunderstanding.
the situation, what happened. Once I talked to him, explained to him exactly what happened, we've been cool ever since, and I
Right.
back everything on FMC. If it's offered, even if they do Indiegogo and FMC, I'd rather back it on FMC because
Me too.
and I've got over
Yeah.
450 backings on Indiegogo too. So, but now everything the last year and a half or so has been FMC, so I'm getting up there on that.
Yeah, I'm amassing quite
Yeah.
a collection of
And I
FMC
know
myself.
that there's creators. Yeah, I know that there's creators like Mike Barron, Billy Tucci that go with all three platforms sometimes at the same time. I know Mike
Mm,
did with Leviathan. I imagine he will with
Mhm.
Bronze Star too. But to each his own. I mean, we're all charting our own kind of course. What's kind of your end game with this franchise, Patrick? What are you kind of wanting to do with this?
Well,
And
long
will
story
you be
short,
branching off into other storylines,
yeah. So I need to tell this
other
story.
genres, or are you going to pretty much build this brand? Hmm.
I'm going to build this brand up, but what I have to do is I have to tell this story before it happens in real life. So I've got maybe 6 years before that happens. Um, so that's my one. That's my only goal right now is to be able to tell this story before it happens in real life, and then after that, if the
So
story
this
hasn't
is
happened in
this
real
is
life,
like a cautionary. This is like a
yeah,
cautionary tale. This is like a
yeah.
cautionary tale. Nuclear warfare leads to bad things.
I would say the nuclear warfare aspect is a thematic setup for a story that's about uh, authority, government, totalitarianism, whoa, that kind of stuff. And so um, I want people to be aware of certain, how would I put it? I want people to be aware of certain ways that um, people take control and take power and then utilize it against the interests of human beings. I know it's kind of wordy, but you asked, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, what was I mean, so you're really kind of expressing your worldview in your comic storyline, right?
Yeah. Although I wouldn't say like it's not going to be overly political. Like it's going to be like, oh, you need to vote for this guy or this. It's just going to mention things that have actually happened in real life, and hopefully people will be able to connect some dots on their own and say, whoa, I didn't know that, and then look for themselves and see. That's what my main goal is, because you can't tell people what to think. You can't. You've got to show them something and say,
Yeah,
what do you think?
you kind of you're probably in the dialogue you're trying to impart a few things that like the words, wisdom, knowledge of events and things, right? Historical things, or that, and pass that knowledge along in story form, right? To kind of inform your readership of things that you think are interesting and that they should know. I'm taking it.
Well, I mean, it's like 1984. There's a lot of truths involved in 1984. It's a fiction, but you really only understand those truths that the author's trying to impart to you because he put it in a fictional sense, and you could come at that story from that perspective.
Yeah, Big Brother is real.
No, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and we've seen really 1984 and James Galt and stories like that kind of become even more prescient and real as the decades go by,
Yeah.
especially in the past decade, since Obama and Biden and all this. It's really hitting home, and they were always showing, I've seen a version of 1984 that was shown on TV in the 50s. That was always a big event. Every time it showed, I know they showed a version of 1984 in the early 80s, and it was always impactful. But now it's almost too real,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's hopefully the goal of this book then, is to make people so, I don't know, not make anybody do anything, but just to introduce ideas to people so that they can think for themselves and avoid a probable eventuality for the human species. So I'm just trying to save the, you know what I mean? It's nothing big. I'm just trying to save the entire human race. So nothing huge though.
By joining Mother Russia.
Right.
Yeah,
and the first step is reading the Communist Manifesto.
Wow. Okay, you lost me there. Yeah.
Rex doesn't realize I'm Russian. Well, adopted Russian anyway. My dad's family all came from Russia.
Oh, that's awesome.
I knew that. Okay, bringing awareness. Omer Glitch says, bringing awareness.
That's the Danya comrade.
He had a question earlier, and I don't know that you. I can't remember what you answered. He said, "Are there mutants?" Those killer shrew-looking things look like mutants to me.
Yeah, they're called rad monsters. All the mutants are called rad monsters, and there's several different species, and some of those species have like reproduced with each other, even though it doesn't normally happen in real life. So there's some crazy ass shit.
Nice.
We're just.
Have you ever seen the Attack of the Killer Shrews, Patrick?
No. Isn't that?
It's an old '60s movie. It's awesome. They dress up a bunch of dogs with shrew suits.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to be giant mutant shrews that are like devouring everything in their path.
Thought you were literally just saying I didn't know you were referencing a movie.
Yeah, dude, there's an actual movie.
Oh, yeah. It's
look exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Oh my God, there's one that has a panel just like my panel too. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh shit. He didn't even know this existed. That's amazing.
Not.
Wow.
Yeah.
3D assets, Patrick, really?
Oh my God. Yeah, I just straight up ripped off of this movie.
He just traced over the photo reference, and there it
Oh,
is.
that's
No,
awesome.
I'm just
But
kidding.
dude, one of those pictures literally did look exactly like one of the panels in my comic.
That's so fucked up.
That's funny.
Now he's gonna have to call out his artist. You know, who are you? You're ripping off old
Yeah.
60s, 50s.
You ever seen this movie,
hell?
dude? He's gonna be like, no, I never heard of that movie.
It's yeah. I mean, these movies are so bad. They were like drive-in B movies. They become cult classics with some people.
Oh, dude, I love that kind
They
of
probably
stuff.
have
So, like,
whole conventions around. Oh, I know. Yeah,
you know,
it's
them,
like Roger
the
Corbin,
giant
you know,
ant movie. There were so many cool things.
Oh,
that
I
came
love
out.
them. That's one of my
Yeah,
favorite sci-fi
that's
movies.
a great one. The original
Oh yeah,
Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That's another good
Yeah.
one. The original Thing, the Black
Oh yeah,
Island. Oh,
yeah. Oh, there was some.
so good.
Well, Black Lagoon, Creature from the Black Lagoon came out in
Oh,
the 50s.
dude.
There was a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
great
just
sci-fi. You know,
that movie. That movie was
Forbidden
actually
Planet.
beautiful,
You
man.
know, with Robbie the Robot.
It was filmed just like when the creature's swimming under what's her name? She's swimming in the lagoon. That shit's beautiful, dude. It's like
Oh
you
yeah.
put that to like classical
You know, he
music
had
or
to hold
something.
his
You know?
breath for over 4 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
He
Dude
had to
was
hold
like
his
some
breath
kind
for
of
over
he was
4
like a
minutes
pearl
for
diver or some shit.
those stunts.
That's
Yeah, you
unbelievable.
had two. You actually had two actors. You had one that played the creature in the water, and one that played the creature on
Was
land.
on land. Yep.
That sucks to be the guy who does all the hard work in the water, and then they're like, "Oh, when you're on land, it's going to be this guy, Bob."
Yeah. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
I just held my
yeah.
breath
It
for
had
4 minutes. They're like, "Yeah, well, Bob's got better posture."
yeah. He Bob is like 4 inches
Well,
taller than you.
it's
So
like
yeah,
an
sorry.
underwater.
You know. But it's like
Bob
almost
for
an
these
underwater ballet when you see like the creature swimming underneath the girl.
It is. Yeah.
It only lasts, I don't know, like what, like 90 seconds, maybe 2-3 minutes at the most, but it's just beautiful, man. The monster
Well,
pining.
what do you know? That's the old joke. What do you call the man in the water with no arms and legs? Bob.
Bob. Man, what do you call a guy on your door with no arms? At your doorstep with no arms and no legs? Matt.
Man, that's a good one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Let me wipe my feet before I came in.
You take a guy with no arms and
Oh,
no
was that
legs,
your
and
forehead? I'm sorry.
yeah, take a guy with no arms and no legs and staple him to the wall. You know what his name is?
Oh my God.
Oh,
Art.
afraid to have.
That's a good one. Oh man.
Shadowhawk, now would be a good time for you to show your some of your Peter Gilmore artwork that's hanging to Patrick.
Oh,
He
dude,
might be interested in seeing some of your CG artwork.
The lighting is not good right now, bro.
Come on,
hold on.
I want to see art
see.
stapled on the wall. I want to
Let
see
me
it.
see what I can do. Hold on a second. Being as Patrick's working with Peter, he should see some of my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
How many projects you backed up to this point, Shadowhawk? Have you kept up with?
Exactly how
many projects you've backed at this point?
I'm over 500, I think.
Okay.
I was at 450 something on Indiegogo, and I backed at least probably another 35, 40. I don't know. I might be a little bit under, but whatever.
500.
Yeah, I'm a big backer.
Yeah.
Hold
Give
on.
or take.
All right.
Give or take.
Let me fix the layout, and so I can show you this better. No, that's not what I wanted.
Engage in biggin.
Boom.
Bacon.
Okay.
If you get kicked,
Singular.
Patrick, I'm sorry. I'm just
Ah, damn it.
no,
Alright.
no.
Now I gotta go back. Son of
Good choice. You know, I'm saying wrong, but good choice.
go away. There we go. Oh, just gonna switch them back. Okay.
I'm not
There
sure
we
you
go.
can switch things around unless you're
God
in the
dang it.
catbird
I knew it
seat.
was gonna do that, didn't it?
There we go.
You know, I don't do this very often, Rex. It's only when you're out of minutes or something. All right, here we go. Oh, singular
Right.
layout.
There we go.
Oh,
And speaking of the
here.
Shadowhawk logo, his daughter did that. We're gonna have Shadowhawk T-shirts here pretty soon.
Yep.
Oh wow! look
This
at
is
that.
Devil Flyer
a
T-shirt.
page from Jack the Ripper, Vampire Hunter.
Jack the Ripper.
Uh,
1.
Yep.
Was that 1 or 2?
I think this was from number 1.
She's in
And
a
then I
state of
got another.
undress there, I would say.
Well, she you know, she's got some tattered lingerie apparently. And then this one I won at
Right.
an auction.
Wow.
I remember
awesome.
when you won that. Yeah.
Well, this one is one of my favorites. It's the actual
Oh wow.
art for the print that came in the first Super Dead, and there's the print right above it.
That's awesome.
And then
Super
this
Dead,
one here,
right?
this is the first page, the splash page of Super Dead number 2.
Wow.
And then I've got another piece of
Patrick,
Peter's
how
work
did
on
you
the
get
back
with
of-
Peter Gilmore to work on your project?
He just he was around, and I was looking for people to do commissions, and he mentioned himself, and then I was like, okay, and then I worked with him, and I was like, all right, so this is somebody to keep working for. Or with.
Yeah,
rather.
Peter's awesome, dude. He's
Yeah.
super friendly. You know, and the guy's, oh my god, he's every time I see him, he levels up, man. Like his artwork just gets better and better and better.
Yeah.
Oh, he
And he's-
definitely has been leveling
Santa
up
says, I
over the
love
last few years.
Pegder, but Santa cannot see the keyboard, so we can't blame her. Pegder Gilmore is
Right.
awesome, Santa.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh man, I'm sure Pegder would love to be known as Pegder Gilmore.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I can't wait till next time I see Peter.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna try
Pegder.
that with him next time.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's
man.
gonna be
Scare him
awesome.
away permanently. This time.
He's gonna be like, these fucking comic book people are nuts.
Well, he's a creator that's definitely keeping busy if he's not doing, you know, things
Oh, dude.
that he enjoys, like, you know, werewolves or creatures or monsters or something. He's always
Bro, he's-
posting stuff on X.
He's working with Mandy all the time. He gets to fucking hang out with Dale Keown. I mean,
Right.
Peter's life is pretty good, I think, at this point. You know, I think he's a pretty happy dude.
He lives in Britain. Other than that part, yeah.
And dude, he's fat. I mean, quickly becoming CG's own Bernie Wrightson, dude. He's like, his horror comics are so fucking leveled up every time he puts pencil to a page. It's freaking amazing.
It is spectacular.
I love the guy.
Um,
Send me some more free shit,
I
Peter.
and
No.
Patrick have totally disappeared off screen, but I assure you we're
Oh,
We're
hold
still
on.
here.
I gotta fix this. Hold on.
Fanta says, shut up.
Fix it now.
Fanta says, shut up.
Santa said, shut up. All right.
Fanta
I gotta be
said,
honest, guys. I gotta
don't
roll
talk
out
about
here.
my handicap. Yeah, you got another show to do.
Hey,
tonight.
I
You
didn't
wanna
spell
promote
it
that a little bit
Pegder,
real
Santa.
quick?
Yeah, I got to, so I've got Paul Ravoche and I are doing a show about all kinds of strange, paranormal, conspiratorial, whatever word you want to use for that kind of stuff. Last week we talked about flat Earth, and
Yeah.
or level plane, as some people call it. And then this week
Oh.
we're going to talk about
No
giants.
shit. Did Malin come in?
Mm-hmm.
No, he didn't. Maybe one day.
He's a big flat Earth guy.
Maybe one day if he's got the time. But tonight we're going to talk about
He
giants.
says
Which
he
is my speciality. Well, UFOs and giants, but giants
okay.
primarily.
Uh,
So
Anunnaki and shit like that.
oh, brother, the problem is it's such a wide subject that I need to like decide
Nephilim.
what one or two things I'm going to be focusing on because
Oh, dude, yeah, you go down that rabbit hole,
Yeah.
man.
there's
You
so
can
much.
get lost.
Yeah.
So one
you know,
last
we'll-
question, Patrick.
yeah.
Do you think that the National Museum has kind of covered up the giant thing, the
100%.
bones and stuff?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh,
They're not the
Yeah.
top bad guys. There's bad guys above them who pull the strings.
Mhm.
There's people
Oh,
Well,
above
yeah,
every government and every organization that pull the strings, and they're the people we should be looking, turning the eye towards. But Yeah.
Lorenzo Sleestake
Nobody
says,
say the I
do
word.
you ever talk about my people, Patrick?
who are your people?
the lizard people.
Oh, no, I
Lizard
never
people.
talked about lizard people. I think
Lorenzo is
Mhm.
very lizardly.
that's a subject to delve more deeply into. Although,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest with you, Lorenzo, when I would delve into it, I was like, nah, this isn't no, there's not enough evidence. But these days I'm more open to everything, and I'm more open to looking at. all
Dude,
different
you could
people.
actually get DNA from Lorenzo. I
you
mean,
know,
you could be the first to break the lizard people's story.
Oh my god! I just get like a vial of some strange, milky white fluid from Lorenzo. He's
oh,
like, here's
God.
my
Oh gosh.
That's not what I asked for.
Somehow I don't know if it's milky or not. It may be something lime green.
It's the description was just like,
My people are
okay.
from a different dimension.
That's a bad idea.
There's different ways. I just want to say there's different ways of acquiring DNA. Come on.
Lorenzo,
Anyway,
just
Patrick,
send
thank
us an
you for coming
eyelash.
on. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it. It's a fun
When we
time.
kind of switch, when we get back over on my channel, I'll hit you up again and we'll get you over there again and we'll talk
Yes, sir.
some more.
Nice to meet you,
Hail,
Shadowhawk.
Patrick.
Nice to meet you,
All right.
Rex.
Well,
Yeah,
have fun
awesome
tonight
to meet
on
you,
your
bro,
show.
and I'm glad you're such a good sport, brother.
Take care.
Thank you. It was good to be on. Appreciate it, guys.
Have a great night. All right. Adios, everybody. We
Go
love
share
you.
that DNA. Keep collecting, by the way.
There you go.